This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Miller versus Alford. You all have been a couple, known each other for 13 years, and this relationship is in jeopardy, and that's why you brought this case. Tell me why you're here.
I'm here today, Your Honor, because I believe my girlfriend is cheating on me with her ex, and I need to know more about what's going on.
So you believe the ex is not really an ex, he's a now.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that she's, got something on the side like macaroni and cheese and collard greens,
Well, you speaking my language right there. All right, Miss Al, go ahead, love.
And you worried that you're going to end up on the side. You're going to be the side piece after a while.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what's bothering you.
Yes, Your Honor. And after everything invested, I just would hate that the time and love and energy to go in vain.
Okay, all right.
Miss Alford.
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
ex, he's accusing you of going back to your ex. An ex is an ex for a reason. Is your ex really your ex?
Yes, he is. I don't want nothing to do with him. I don't want no part of him. I'm happy where I'm at.
So you're saying that that he has no reason to think that you are with the ex?
No.
That's a lie, Your Honor. I
was
want
about to
state
say,
that
you
for
went-
the record. I wouldn't be all the way here today if I just didn't think anything was going on. There are several signs and warning signs that I've had that brought us here today. One of them being I went out of town for quite some time. We had an understanding that we will hold each other down.
Okay.
And there would be no infidelity. We'll be here for each other. Once I returned back in town, she gave me her phone to go through. I went through Snapchat. If you are not familiar with Snapchat, Snapchat is basically a social media where it'll delete any video chat and message. As soon as the person reads it, it's gone. So
Right.
you have no evidence whatsoever.
We're old, but we're not that old. We know what
Okay.
Snapchat is.
I apologize. I didn't mean to offend you.
No, you ain't not offended, come on.
All right, so there's a section labeled in Snapchat for your eyes only.
Right.
She puts the passcode for their eyes only in there. Most of the men that she's dealing with or most of the people on her messages are men. So now I'm thinking, oh man, what's going on? I get these videos and these pictures and you talking to mostly men, and
Was she sending them to you? Did you get any of
I
those
didn't
videos
receive
and
any of
pictures?
those because in the beginning of our relationship, Your Honor, I explained to her that doesn't turn me on. You know what I'm saying? Things that turn me on about a woman is just being a good woman. We can do that in the bedroom, but I would like a lady in the street, and a freak in the sheets. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they've written songs about it, so yes,
Apparently.
we do know what you're talking about.
So these pictures and things you saw, what exactly did you see?
I seen her grabbing her breast, biting her bottom lip, completely nude. It was at least 12 to 15 pictures of content. But the worst part...
She didn't send any of this to you?
No, none of those were received by me. I asked her about it and she said, well, that's for old relationships, so why do you still have that on your phone and why are you harnessing that if you have the full understanding that does not attract me?
Okay, so yeah. Here, why do you have them on your phone?
I didn't have the time to actually get rid of it. I still have videos and pictures from me and my last relationship that I was in.
But you knew that you had them because you had them in the special for your eyes only.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that means it's like hidden and ready to go when you're ready to go.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you understand why he thinks this is something amiss?
I do understand.
Especially since he doesn't even like those kind of pictures. He gonna have you. He wants to see you in person. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So
Yes,
why
ma'am.
would you get rid? I understand why you kind of like.
So that was like the first strike. And another warning sign was basically in this relationship after that's happened, I had to pray because I went to a lot of people for advice, but I never once talked to the Lord. So I said, Father, give me a sign.
Tell me exactly what you prayed. What did you say to the Lord?
Father, please show me a sign. If there's anything going on in my relationship, I need to know. Please bring it to light. My spirit is gonna break. I can't deal with this anymore.
And then what happened?
She's in the gas station. She has her phone out and she receives a phone call. Well, when she returned to the call, I asked her, who is this person that you are talking to? Why do you know this person? And who's calling you from this location? She basically says, I don't know. I don't know why they calling me. I don't know who calling me. Another phone call comes through. I asked her, who do you know? She said, I don't know nobody. I don't know what's going on. So when the call comes through, I tell her, act as if I'm not here. Say hello. She says hello. A voice says, I'm out. She says, my boyfriend is with me right now. He said, all right, say less. Click. Now I'm looking at her like.
Hold on. Because you just prayed to God to give you a sign.
And he don't play. And that word do not come back void. You see what I'm saying? It's the Almighty. He reveals all things. All things.
And so you feel like that was your own personal miracle, your own revelation, your own vision.
Yes, Your Honor.
Of what God was saying, I'm gonna help you.
Yes,
You've
Your Honor.
asked, and you spoke that into existence.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you feel like this was divine intervention.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wow.
All right. So you get this call, you tell her, pretend I'm not here, and she says, when she answers the phone,
Hello.
and the other voice says,
I'm out.
and she says,
Exact words verbatim. My boyfriend is with me right now.
So you say my boyfriend is with me right now because that's always what one says when you get a call. Why did you do that?
I said that simply because I didn't want him bothering me anymore.
Him
I'm happy
who?
with where I'm at.
Who is him?
My ex, Ken.
Why did he
Nothing.
tell you to say less?
He didn't even give me the chance to say anything else.
No.
of course not. That's why he said, say less.
What was he afraid that you were going to say?
I'm not sure.
Your Honor.
Okay, wait,
hold on,
wait.
Miller.
Hold on. What more were you going to say that he didn't want you to say in front of your boyfriend?
I'm not afraid of saying anything in front of my boyfriend.
I mean, what I'm hearing from her is she wasn't afraid. She wanted him to know, look, I'm with my boyfriend, don't call me. So whatever he said after that, she can't control that. And what he happened to say was, say less. She doesn't control that. What?
He was telling her, be quiet. You don't need to say nothing in front of him. What we would normally talk about, we're not going to talk about right now in front of your boyfriend. That's what that was.
But there would be no reason. There'd be no reason for him to have to say anything. Like say less. He could just hang up. He could do any number of things. I guess what I'm saying is, you don't have any control over him. You don't know what he was going to say. You can't control that, can you?
Right, Your Honor.
Exactly.
Mr. Miller, have you ever talked to this ex?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Tell me about that.
Okay, when we reach out to him finally, after she's had time to get her side piece story together in my eyes.
So she's on the phone with you too?
She ended up getting him on the phone, and the first thing she says is, tell him we don't have anything going on, before I can even speak to the man.
Okay, so what happened when you got on the phone with him?
He basically said, you acting lame. If I need to come out there and see about you, I'll see about you, just threats.
All right. Why would you jump on the phone and say, tell him we don't have anything?
Because he never gives me the chance to actually speak. So I wanted to tell Ken to just be honest with him.
You were telling your ex, hey, I need you to just tell him exactly what's going on here, and what's going on here is nothing.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you do see how this could look suspicious, too.
Yes.
Like you were setting the stage so he knows exactly what to tell your boyfriend, right?
Did you still believe something was going on?
I did, Your Honor. While I'm at work one day, she disappears out the blue, and she's claiming that she's going to look for this apartment for us. And I FaceTime video call her from 11:30 till 5:30 when I got off of work, not to get any response. I asked her explanation about it. Well, when I went to the apartment, they didn't allow pets, so I didn't stay long. I ended up going to the gas station looking for more apartments on my phone. So why aren't you seeing my phone calls? Why aren't you returning my phone calls? These are the questions that I have.
So you believe she was with her ex during this time when you couldn't get a hold of her?
Yes, it's a strong possibility.
All right. Well, there's your side, there's her side, and there's the ex's side. He's here. Ron, would you escort him in?
Let me go right up to the witness stand.
Good day, sir. How are you?
Doing good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Would you state your name, please, for the court record?
Name is Ken Pittman.
My question is, the phone call that you made and said, I'm out.
Yes, ma'am.
What was that about? What did you want her not to say?
It wasn't more or less of don't say anything.
with me, if I call you and you're with your significant other, that's fine. I'm not gonna bother you no more. So with me saying say less, with Mr. Miller already, you know, how she told me about him, I already knew, you know, how kind of hostile he was, and, you know, he was iffy about other guys that she would talk to and whatnot. So with that being said, when she told me, hey, I'm with my boyfriend, okay, cool, say less. Nothing else has to be said, I'm hanging up.
Well, let me ask this, because this is the question that's on my mind, it's on Judge Cutler's mind, I know it's on Mr. Miller's mind. When is the last time that you were intimate with Ms. Alford?
Last time would have to be, I'd say, right before we broke up back in 2017, before I moved actually back to Mississippi.
And that was before she got with Mr. Miller?
Yes. To my knowledge, yes.
Has she expressed a desire to be with you since you all broke up?
No. It's just more of a communication, talking as friend-wise. You know, I'm here to let you vent.
So where's this Mississippi? You going to Mississippi?
Hold on, Mr.
She come
Miller.
to Mississippi, where you come from?
Mr.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I apologize. That's the big question in my head. You saying one thing, she saying another thing. She saying that you trying to get back with her, and you saying you not.
If you're with the woman and you have doubts that she's cheating on you, that you got to go through her phone, that you got to do this, got to do that, act crazy, don't be with her.
Here's what I want to know. Do you still have an interest in Ms. Alford?
Nope.
So you're just being a good friend?
Yes.
Okay.
But Miss Alford, I'm kind of watching. I think you enjoy seeing them fight over you.
I said that earlier as well. I said that earlier as well, Your
Are you
Honor.
enjoying watching these two men fight over you?
No, I just want the truth to be told. That's it.
No. I ain't mad at you. I ain't got two men fighting over me.
You say you don't have? I just want to make sure you kind of ran through that real quickly. I want to understand you don't have two men fighting over you. Okay. Say it nice and slow so that it's clear for the record.
For the record, I do not have two men fighting over me.
Okay.
But as a woman, I can understand why that would be, ego boosting, make me feel like queen of the world. Mm-hmm. Are you enjoying it? Just say yes. Because I see it. You can say no, but we saw it. We saw you grinning.
I was grinning because he was being honest. And I'm glad that it's finally getting out and that he's finally hearing it. Because it needs to be told. Because I want this to work out. I really do.
We're going to see what the test results say, Your Honor. That's where I stand on it. It's too much flakiness going on. It's too much. If I can't trust you, I don't need to be with you.
If you find out she's cheating, you are moving out and you're done.
Yes.
If she isn't cheating, you in it to win it. Am I right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cutler, we got a relationship on the line.
Yes, we do. And because we do, this court has done a complete and a full investigation. At this time, the court will call former military interrogator Lena Sisko to determine, is she cheating? For our court record, would you please state your credentials?
Yes, Your Honor. I am a former military interrogator. I have been certified by the Department of Defense. Shortly after 9/11, I deployed to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, where I interrogated members of Al-Qaeda and Taliban.
So Mr. Miller is concerned about Ms. Alford's relationship with Mr. Pittman. During your investigation, did you uncover anything about that?
Ms. Alford did tell me that she lied to Mr. Miller about having conversations with Mr. Pittman, but that they all focused around her relationship with Mr. Miller. And in that sense, she did tell me something that I thought was very interesting. I asked her a question. I said, do you want to be with Mr. Pittman? And she gave me a definitive no. And she was very definitive with it. There was no hesitation. And she was also congruent in her body language. So as someone who's conducted over hundreds of interrogations since 2002, I do not believe that Ms. Alford is cheating with Mr. Pittman on Mr. Miller. And I believe she's being truthful.
Mr. Miller, you came here to get some answers, and we have now heard those answers. How do you feel about that?
I apologize for the accusations dealing with this young man, but we just got to work on it. I got some making up to do, and I don't know, maybe we need to see counseling. We've tried to go see Christian counselors, everything, whatever it's going to take to make it work. That's what I'm willing to do, so.
Here's what let me talk to you. You're going to have to stop. You gotta, passion's a beautiful thing, but it is not a beautiful thing when you're using it to beat down your partner.
Yes, Your Honor.
You all have been together for about 1.5 years. You're currently living together. And Mr. Curtis, you proposed to Miss Manning about a month ago, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, that's right.
Right. And Miss Manning, you said no.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not until you get the results of today's court hearing. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So tell us why you're in court today.
I'm here, Your Honor, to find out if my fiancé is cheating on me.
Mr. Curtis, what do you hope to prove today?
I hope to not prove anything, to show her and let her know that I've never cheated on her, I haven't cheated on her, and I would never do that.
You haven't, wouldn't, and never have.
Exactly, Your Honor.
So we have a potential marriage on the line. If he is proven to be a cheater, you are out. You are not going to accept his proposal, and you're done with this relationship.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
But if he's proven to have been faithful, you are going to go forward with this relationship.
Yes, and I'll stop accusing him.
All right, and why do you think your fiancé-to-be is cheating on you?
He lost his job about 3-4 months ago. Mr. Curtis told me that he got fired for him and his manager got in an argument. So I called the manager to see if we can resolve it somehow and let him have his job back. The manager informed me that no, that wasn't the case, that he got fired for having an inappropriate relationship with a former employer.
Your Honor, that's not true. She was having me work doubles from open to close. I wasn't getting my regular breaks, stuff like that, and I just got tired of it.
So why would the manager tell your girlfriend, soon-to-be fiancé, that you were having inappropriate relations or relationships with coworkers? Why would you do that?
Honestly, Your Honor, I don't even think she ever called my manager, to be honest. For one, my manager wouldn't be able to talk to her about anything like that. So therefore, why would I believe that she called my manager?
I called your manager in front of you, so therefore you knew. When his manager told me about this, I went to the job to confront this female that he was supposedly in a relationship with. At the time, was told that she didn't want to speak with me. She didn't want to talk to me for me to ask Chris about it.
All right. Did you talk to Mr. Curtis?
Yes, and I was informed that the manager was lying, that he didn't understand why she told me that, but that he got fired because they were fighting, the manager and him.
Was this the beginning of you losing trust with Mr. Curtis?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your relationship like before this?
Your Honor, before this, when we first met, it was like love at first sight. We hit it off. I got stuck in Tulsa visiting some family members, and it was like instant connection.
Mr. Curtis?
Yeah. What was the first thing that attracted you to her?
The first thing that attracted me to her was her eyes and her personality and the way she carried herself.
She does have pretty eyes.
Are you still attracted to her?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
I can tell this is getting to you.
I'm just tired of being accused of cheating on her, Your Honor.
Is it tearing you up inside?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Talk to her about that.
I mean, you know I love you. I mean, we've been together for 1.5 years. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you.
But then why? Why sneaking around with your phone? Why taking it in the bathroom with you when you shower?
All right, what is this about the phone?
Yeah.
Your Honor, here a few months back, he started getting real sneaky with his phone to the point where his phone went everywhere with him. To the bathroom, to outside, everywhere he went, he took his cell phone with him.
Is that a new behavior? That's not something he was always doing?
No, he never did that. I had his phone nearly all the time before this.
Okay, so why do you think he's all of a sudden taking his phone, hiding his phone from you?
Honestly, Your Honor, I think it's because one night, late at night, it was about 3 a.m, his phone was just ringing, going off. He would not wake up and get it, so I reached over and grabbed it. I answered it, didn't know who it was. It was a female. She started laughing and hung up.
Yeah.
So when I wake Mr. Curtis up to ask him about it, oh, she's got the wrong number. But this same number keeps calling at least once to twice every week. So she still got the wrong number?
Who is this?
Yes. Do you know the number?
No, Your Honor, I don't. I've never seen the number before. I don't even know who she's talking about.
Okay, is there a reason why a woman would continue to call your phone week after week?
No, Your Honor, there's not. The only females I talk to are family members and her. That's it.
Can you block her on your phone?
I'm sure I can if I looked at it.
Have you tried?
No, Your Honor, I haven't.
Has she asked you to change your phone number?
No, I've had the same phone number for almost a year.
Okay, but you just stood here with tears in your eyes saying you don't like being accused.
I don't.
Okay, but you're not doing anything to help her move past her suspicions. That's an easy fix.
All right.
I mean, even I, who am not tech savvy, like, can't you block that? I mean, if I know it, I know somebody your age knows it.
You're right, Your Honor.
Well, now, I mean, just because the number comes up doesn't necessarily mean it's incriminating.
Block it.
Okay, but, I mean, so every number that comes up that I don't recognize, I got to block.
If she's laughing on the phone, yes. Every time.
It could be a kid making a prank phone call.
Not every week.
Block
it.
Okay. We still have not heard anything incriminating yet from Ms. Manning.
Your Honor, there was a time where I have the text messages where him and his ex were texting back and forth to each other.
Yeah. Okay, Ron, would you grab that for us, please?
Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Let me ask you a serious, do you still have any feelings left for me? Hey, call me so we can talk, please.
Yes, I really do.
And then you write, let me ask you this. What would be the possibility of us getting back together and working all this out?
Okay, what did you feel when you saw this?
When I first seen this, it was like anger just went through me. Number one, why would my supposed to be fiance even agree to something like this?
Okay, if you're in a relationship with Ms. Manning, why do you need to know if your ex-girlfriend still has feelings for you?
Because I wasn't the one that ended our relationship, Your Honor. My ex was. So therefore, I was wanting and needing closure on that.
But she ended it. That's as much closure as you can get.
Exes are exes. That's why they're called exes.
Exactly. I mean, I had a momentary moment of weakness to where I thought maybe we could get back together and try to work things out.
But if you have her, why are you even...
Because at that point in time, Your Honor, we were fighting a lot.
Fighting about what?
Just her accusing me, you know, running the streets, this and that.
So were you running the streets?
I was with family, with friends.
Okay, Ms. Manning, he's out with family and friends. What's wrong with that?
Would you allow your spouse to be out until 3 a.m., Your Honor? When they do finally come in, their text messages just start going off and off and off?
Will you? Will you? Speaking to the mic.
I don't allow Ms. Cutler to do anything. She does what she wants to do because I trust her and I love her.
Good answer, Mr. Cutler.
I got that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I don't trust him, Your Honor.
But really, no. The answer's no.
This woman...
he can say all that. No. How long ago did you see this text?
Like 2 weeks ago, Your Honor.
Dude, you've asked this question after you've asked her to marry you?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Oh, my goodness.
I called her up, and I was informed at that point in time that she was informed that we were no longer together.
Did you tell the ex, Mr. Curtis, that you and Ms. Manning were no longer together?
He didn't have to. He asked her when we gonna get back. Did you want to get back together? She thought he was free. Well, I know I would.
Did you tell her you were not with anyone at the time?
No, Your Honor, I did not. She's the one that brought up wanting to get back with me, so therefore, that's how the conversation proceeded from me asking what would the possibility of us getting back together was. I didn't hide my phone with the text messages on there. I didn't erase them. I never lied to Miss Manning about it. She could go through my phone anytime and look at them. They were right there. I didn't have anything to hide.
So let me understand. Your ex is lying?
Yes, Your Honor.
And your manager's lying?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you are standing here telling me the truth.
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
He tells me that they did a video chat, and afterwards, the ex telling him goodbye, and for a split 5 seconds that the feelings had came back. Well, this woman's not been in the picture. I've been there for 1.5 years, so if the feelings came back after 5 seconds, they've been there this whole time.
Yeah.
I cannot argue with your logic. So what do you want to know?
If he still has feelings for her, and if he's still in love with her, because if he's still in love with her, there's no reason for him to live with me and be with me.
All right, Ms. Manning, in addition to the love suit that you brought, you also have a lawsuit, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
What? All right, what is the claim in your lawsuit that you have against Mr. Curtis?
Your Honor, if it comes back that he ain't telling me the truth, then I want reimbursed for everything that I've done.
What? And when you say everything you've done, what do you mean?
Your Honor, I pay all the bills. I pay the rent. I support him. He does not work. I work 2 jobs.
All right, so I see here you have household expenses that run roughly about $1,115 per month. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
For a total of 5 months. And the total amount of that is $5,575. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you think the court should award you half of the expenses if, in fact, he's been living off of you and cheating with other women?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we do know that there have been exchanges of text messages indicating he still has feelings for her, and he wants to know, does she have feelings for him? There are 2 tiers. The first tier is, did you do it?
And I admitted to it. Yes, I did.
Okay, and then the next tier is, why are you doing it? It is inappropriate. It's not enough to say, look, I robbed the bank. You shouldn't have robbed the bank.
I understand that, but at that point in time, we were fighting all the time.
Let me just say this. We have been married 28 years. If you think you're gonna go forward and not have disagreements, you're insane.
Okay, but not every day, all day for months at a time.
Sometimes it looks just like that.
Not for months at a time, though, Your Honor.
Sometimes it looks just like that.
Until you get it worked out, yeah.
And the thing is, you can't say, well, I'm mad at you, so therefore I'm going to do things that violate my marriage. And violating your marriage includes flirting and having emotional ties and contacts with other women.
Okay, but we're not married.
So all of a sudden you're gonna get right when you say I do?
No, I never said that, Your Honor.
Okay, here's the thing. The dating process and the engagement period is a training ground for your marriage. If you can't get it right in the training ground, you're not gonna get it right on the
It's not just me, though, Your Honor.
To get to the bottom of this, we have ordered a polygraph test, and we have the results. The court would like to call Mr. Michael Williams, certified polygraph examiner. Ron, would you escort him into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, how are you today?
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
How are you,
Doing
Mr.
okay.
Williams?
Good. Thank you.
I like that tie.
Well, thank you.
All right. Are you flirting?
Wait a minute, Mr. Cutler, I'm not that kind of bold. I'm not that kind of bold.
Because we can move from the bench down into the podium.
No. There'll be none of that. I was just admiring a nice tie, Mr. Cutler.
Okay, all right, I'm just checking.
Looks like somebody else is going to need a polygraph.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Williams, over the course of your career, what percentage of polygraph examinations would you say lead to determinations of cheating?
I'd say somewhere between 85 and 90%, Your Honor.
And so in this case, Mr. Curtis was asked a number of questions for his exam, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Curtis was asked, during your 1.5-year relationship with Ms. Manning, have you had any sexual intercourse with the ex with which you were caught texting? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
There was no significant response to this question, which is an indication that the subject was being truthful.
How do you feel about that, Ms. Manning?
A relief.
Mr. Curtis was also asked, during your 1.5-year relationship, have you had sexual contact with anyone other than Ms. Manning? What was his response to that question?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
No unusual significant anomalies indicating that he was being truthful.
So clearly nothing happened with a coworker.
Exactly.
All right. I see those tears in your eyes again, I think.
I'm just hoping that she's actually understands that I've never cheated on her.
All right.
All right.
We have one more question. Mr. Curtis was asked, are you still in love with the ex you were caught texting? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, there was a significant physiological response to this question. which indicates that the subject was being deceptive.
Mr. Curtis, do you still have feelings for this ex?
No, Your Honor.
If you have feelings for her, own them. But if you stand here and deny it, one, you can't move forward, and number two, she's not going to believe you anyway.
Ms. Manning, you have now gotten your answers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where is this going?
It's over. It's over. I'm not marrying him.
Well, we also have a lawsuit.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, when you're in a relationship, you incur expenses, and it should not be yours and yours. It should be an ours kind of thing. She believed that you wanted to be with her and her alone, and clearly that's not the case. The ruling is for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I can tell you love each other, but you got some things you need to crawl over and under and get it straight if you're going to go forward.